Okay, for the next one, we're looking at the Consumer Price Index. So the table lists the Consumer Price Index for all U.S. urban consumers, so CPI-U. All right, with 1982 to 84 equals 100 for select years between 1960 and 2008. So what we're supposed to do with this data is we're supposed to align it for the number of years since 1960. So we'll set that equal to 0, then 10, 20, 30, 40, 45, 48. Okay. Now, which model type other than quadratic might be considered when modeling this data and why? And use the end behavior to choose the better model. Write this model. All right, so let's go ahead and do this. And let's go to our calculator. And I have put this in with our aligning to 1960's 0, and then 2008's 48, and then we have our data here. And so let's look at our graph. Okay, so looks like it's going up. It's, I don't know, it's kind of a different shape. So I would say, well, this could come back up this way, so that could be a quadratic, but it also could be an exponential. So I think we could use a quadratic or an exponential uh, would be the key thing. Maybe the exponential would be the key one since it stops or starts here and goes up. That might be the key is we only know that it starts there and goes on. So I think maybe we could have two, but maybe the exponential is one that we should consider for this one. Okay. Now, what else are we supposed to do? So let's go back here. And I would say for A, I think exponential. And it fits not up, upward curve. Okay. And so I think and it might fit better because we have that starting point and then we go up from there. And so the exponential might be the one to use just based on looking at the data, starting here. Okay. Well, now B, it says use the end behavior to choose the better model and then write the model. Well, you know what? Let's do, like I said, let's write both of these models. So let's go over here to calc. Let's do a quadratic. Let's put that into vars function y1 and calculate. Okay, so we have that. Now let's go back to stat calc, and now we want the exponential, which is 0. And so if we go ahead and go down, 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 and then we go vars over function, but now we want y2 and calculate. Now we have that. Now what we can do is notice it has both of those equations in here. So, out to all the decimal places that it did for the calculation. And so both of them are that way. So if we do the graph, okay, now we can see that the blue one, it kind of fits the data there at the end pretty good. And it has some missing points here. Now this one, it kind of goes and misses, those 3 points, hits that one. But then this looks like it's leveling off more. And this one looks like it should be going steeper and steeper, which is the exponential. And so I don't think the exponential fits this behavior as well. It seems that the quadratic actually would fit the data better because it's our end behavior. It's getting better at the end here. We're off a little bit here in the middle and at the beginning, but our following the end behavior is where it matters. And so on this one, I think it's going to be the quadratic is going to be what I choose because it fits the end behavior better. And our model, so let's see, maybe it's a C of years, so C of t maybe, and that's going to be equal to approximately, now we're going to round this, and we had 0.038, and then that'd be a t squared plus 2.143t, and then I think it was 24.089, and this is going to gives the CPI dash U, um, where t is between 1960 and well, t is number of years since 1960, I should say. Then we can write the actual inequality where t is years since 1960, and t basically is going to be less than or equal to 48 but greater than or equal to 0, because that was the 0 and that was our 48, so that was our range. Okay, and so that would be our quadratic function that we get modeling the data. And again, the exponential, it kind of curved up, and so that might have been the one to use, but the quadratic actually fit the end behavior better. And that's where, again, using that nice feature of the vars, we can put one into y1 and one into y2 and check that out and see which one actually better. All right, so let's stop there.